We're back again with the author of Your Life After Their Death, A Medium's Guide to Healing After a Loss, Psychic Karen Noe. We've been talking about signs that our deceased loved ones leave us and give us. So give us another sign. You were talking on the break about something with license plates.
Oh, yes. Oftentimes, don't get angry if somebody cuts you off in a car. Oftentimes, they like to, our deceased loved ones like us to know they're around by cutting us off with, and the license plate is their birthday, their name. Have you ever had anything like that? Because I've had that a lot.
I've had other kinds of signs
Okay.
like we talked
Yes,
like,
for 1111
right,
or 2222
right.
or their birthday or their address. They like to do that. They also like to leave things in our path, whether it be coins or feathers, things like that. And I've had many of those stories. My own mom. Could I say another story? Sure. She was very sick a week before Christmas, and she wasn't able to get us all presents, and she was a giver.
Right.
So she was in and out of consciousness, and she woke up and she said, "Karen, there were 7 people in the room. Do you have 7 singles, $7?"
Right.
I said, "Okay, yes I do." So I gave them to her, and she says, "One for you, one for you, one for you," and she passed them out. A week after she passed, I forgot all about she said to me, I forgot, I'm ruining the story. She looked at me and she said, "Karen, I'm going to pay you back." And I said, "Don't worry about that, Ma, it's okay."
Right.
But she said, "No, I'm going to pay you back." All right. A week after she passed, I'm going to my office, and I walk in the room, and there's a dollar bill on the floor. So I pick it up, and I put it in my pocket. I didn't know. I thought somebody lost money.
Sure. Right.
Went into the other room in my office, another dollar bill. I said, "Now this is weird. Maybe I'm losing money." At the end of the day, I go in my car and I see another dollar bill. I said, "Now this is getting crazy." And then I heard my mom say, "Hi, sweetheart, I told you I'd pay you back." Gets better. A good friend of mine gave me a shadow box. She had no idea about this incident, and she said, "I don't know why I had to put a dollar bill in there."
So you ended up getting 7 plus
I have 6
more.
so far.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting
All
for
right.
you.
So, and the other one will come, right?
I'm sure it will.
So you have a lot of people, Karen, that come to you and want to contact their loved ones, and women often bring their partners, their spouses. What happens? How are men receiving this? Because oftentimes men may be a little bit more reluctant to believe in life beyond death.
Yes, that's funny. You should ask. The majority of the people who come to see me are women. However, when they bring their significant other, sometimes reluctantly, the gentlemen, they come into the office like this with their arms crossed, and then the door closes and their loved ones come through. Very specific message, very specific. And at the end of the session, they say in a very low voice, "I'd like to make another appointment, but don't tell my wife." So it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
So they're reluctant to admit it.
They don't want to admit it.
But
Right.
they're listening and they're
are.
here. And
Yes.
if the information is so specific,
Yes.
how could they not believe?
And I would say for the listeners, the people who are watching today, is to be cautious that not every medium is giving real messages. So
Right.
you want to look for those specific messages that only you and your loved one would know.
So messages that also speak to you. Wow, that sounds like
absolutely
that sounds
them.
like my mother's voice, or that
Right.
sounds like my mother came in earlier and she mentioned my
Exactly.
sister's name. Now you didn't even know
No,
that. So
no.
So and I knew just by what she wanted to say, because she's always wanted the family to heal.
She
so
wanted
that's
peace in the family.
Right. That's very important. Now, have you always been a medium? Has this been something that developed when you were a kid, or how did that happen?
When I was younger, I was psychic, but I wasn't a medium.
Right.
My father used to take me to the racetrack, and I picked the winning horses for him. Things like that. My friends used to say, "Oh, you're freaking me out," because I would know things that would happen before. But about 15 years ago, I was going through a very rough time in my life, and I just sat at the edge of my bed and I yelled at God. And I said, "Let me know, am I going to be okay?" With that, I saw a light coming towards me from the other side of the room. Just kept coming towards me, and my first response was, "If you are not of God, please leave."
Go away, right.
But the more I said that, the more it kept coming towards me, and it enveloped me.
So it felt like it was not
It was,
some crazy
the most
spirit.
incredible feeling I
Right.
have ever felt.
Wonderful.
When it came within me. And at that time, I heard an audible voice that said, "Lucia Lucina, Bella Lucia Lucina," and for
So what does that mean?
In Italian, it means light, little light, beautiful little light. And I have since learned through meditation and messages that it was St. Francis. And all my books, you will see, I have 3 books, all guided toward creating peace
So there
in
you
the
go.
world
Right.
and
peace,
animals.
and also peace with how we're feeling about.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes we have unfinished business with our loved ones, and
Yes.
people think, well, and you and I were talking about that earlier. Did I did enough? Did I do enough? Did I care for that person? Did I tell him or her I loved?
A lot
I
of
loved
regrets.
him.
A lot of time there are regrets here, but after we pass, where those who have passed are able to see how they affected us and why we acted in certain ways. They're able to see the total perspective. So there's no more regrets.
So we don't
No
need those
more.
regrets,
Right.
and we need to also look out for those signs, because I know that it's such a heartfelt experience, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, these signs that I'm talking about, I call them without a doubt sign. You know without a doubt.
You
that it's
feel
your
it,
loved
you
one.
know it,
Yes, and there's so many. Buzzing in the ears, sometimes they come to us.
and
our
in
ears-
dreams, they come in dreams, right?
Yeah, there are different types of dreams.
Right.
Some would be subconscious if you're dreaming of your loved one. If it's a negative dream, you know, you're dreaming of how they passed, you have regrets, that's not them.
Karen, you've been wonderful. Thanks so much for your advice and for helping us heal. Power Your Life will be right back. Ahead, find out what's hot for next week. That's it for tonight's Power Your Life. On next week's show, former Philadelphia Eagle turned magazine publisher Ken Dunek joins us to talk about how he reinvented his career and his experience as a movie producer. That and so much more when we see you next week. Remember that you have the power to power your dreams and power your life. On May 28th, we lost a very special voice, a very powerful voice, not just for women, but for all of us. Maya Angelou, a modern Renaissance woman, survived the harshest of childhoods and became a force on stage and screen. Teacher, activist, singer, dancer, actress, and above all, a truly noble human being, touched so many lives. Angelou defied all odds to become one of the first Black women to enjoy mainstream success as an author and thriving in every artistic medium. In addition to her well-known autobiographies, Maya Angelou has written poetry over the years. She was even working on a new book, Encounters, before she died. I want to end our show tonight as a tribute to Maya Angelou in her voice and in her very own words. In this video, Professor Angelou recites her poem, And Still I Rise, from her volume of poetry. Maya Angelou.
You can shoot me with your words. You can cut me with your lies. You can kill me with your hatefulness. But just like life, I rise. Does my sexiness offend you? Oh. Does it come as a surprise that I dance